Welcome back, everyone, to Ark Survival Evolved. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to cruise around the new center map and I want to show you guys some really cool resource locations, farming locations, whatever you want to call it, for things like metal, obsidian, crystals, pearls, whatnot, that may help you decide where on this new map you want to build your base, where you want to plant your flag, so to say. So anyways, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. I do want to thank you all for tuning in, and if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. And if you want to see more like it, subscribe, because I'm going to do a lot of these little tips and tricks and updates and things like that to help you guys, and they help me too, have a better Ark experience, to play better, to build better bases, all the things that make this game so enjoyable. So, as I said before, let's get cracking. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to show you was these trees. On the volcano island, all of these trees are going to give you tons and tons of charcoal. Now, charcoal's not that hard to get anyways, but hey, you know what? It's nice to know that you can knock down these trees on this island and get plenty of charcoal for things like gunpowder. But the main reason we're over here, well, one of the main reasons, are these little pools. There's all these little pools. I think there's only about three of them, maybe three, maybe four, of these little pools that are filled with oil and silica pearls. Very, very cool. Now, of course, on the center map, silica pearls are not that difficult to get because there's so many beaver dams, but it's really nice to know that you can definitely get oil here. And if you look on the map, we're really not that far away from the northern jungle. So not too bad of a little location to drop in. Yeah, there's three pools, it looks like, on this place. And each one has oil in it and silica pearls. But be prepared to have to kill off tons of piranhas and spinos, because this is the second time I've seen a spino spawn in here. And of course, there's always piranhas in the water you got to take care of before you get in there. So let's go ahead and move to the next spot. Okay, guys, the next spot that is really good for resources is right in here. This cave entrance we're still on the volcano island. I'll show you where we're at. We're right on the east side of one of the two volcanoes. You see those two red dots there, right where our me is, of course, and the thumbtack. That is the second location. This place is filled to the brim. It's a huge cave, first of all, which is great, but you have tons of metal in here. You have a lot of things like obsidian, and I believe there's obsidian. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's obsidian. But there's crystal down in here. It's very, very good. And chitin is super easy to farm because, as you guys can see, there are a ton of these little chitin producing cave dwellers. But also, a side note, this place is hot. So either your fortitude needs to be really high, you need to have what are they? Hyperthermal something or other insulation, or basically you need to be prepared. Be prepared to be hot, or go in there naked, because that's what I've done a few times, and it really keeps you from having to go through that water too fast. But this is a great place for metal, for crystal. It's a cave. It's got one of those artifacts in it, and a few drops. There was a red in there, a red drop, which was pretty good when I went in there earlier. So definitely a great place to check out. Let's keep moving on. Okay, guys, so if you're thinking about building somewhere on the eastern side of the map, especially on this northern island here, this has got a great set of metal and crystal spawns all along this upper ridge. So you have this big inlet down below, which is really cool. That's actually probably going to go in one of my next base location videos, but I mean, all around this ridge, it's just surrounded with metal and crystal. Here, let's head this way. As I say that, it stops. But see, look, all along this ridge, there's metal, there's crystal. You can go over here. More metal, more crystal, more metal. I mean, everywhere, you guys. Tons and tons and tons of metal. Now, I have not seen any obsidian over here, but if you want to come over here and build like an industrial forge or something like that and have this be your smelting island, this place is great. And there's not a lot of real dangerous carnivores over here, so super, super easy place to get metal. So again, if you didn't catch that, it's right around the ring on this island, on the northeastern island, I guess I could say, right before you get to that burnt out island. Fantastic place for metal. But again, you're way, way east, and if you're more centralized, this is not going to work for you. But if not, it's a great place for metal. Okay, so many of you have probably seen this awesome, awesome little ruins, I guess you could say. And man, I love this place. It's been a tempting place to go move to as well. Right on the southern jungle, next to a pool of beavers, which is going to give you plenty of silica pearls and cementing paste. But in addition to that, you just fly straight up to the top of this ruin, and look at this. Crystal galore, metal everywhere. This place is great, great for resources. If I don't get stuck here, I mean, it has so many nodes, and even down here, you drop down and fly along this ridge, a bunch more nodes. So really, really cool place to have a base. You can head down your own personal little stairway and a great flat area. Definitely a good place to farm any sort of resource. I mean, the only thing, again, we're lacking, we don't have oil here and we don't have obsidian here. But that leads us to our next location, which is very, very close by, and I'm sure many of you already are aware of, but we'll show you anyways. This island over here, this Skull Rock or whatever it's called, is insane. I mean, like I said, this is probably one of the most popular places to farm at on this map, so everybody should know about it at this point. And if you don't feel bad. Now you do know, so you're good. But this little place is down on the southeastern side of the map, and it is filled to the brim with metal, with obsidian, and with crystal. I mean, absolutely filled with the stuff. So if you're looking for a good place to farm metal, crystal, and obsidian, and you live on the southern jungle or on the southern side of the map, you're in luck because it's right here. This place is fantastic. So really, we've seen quite a few good little locations so far, and I have one more to show you that is super, super important, because one of the biggest things we're lacking on this map is easy access to oil. Oil is somewhat difficult to get to. Now, we did see some oil earlier on the volcano island, but we haven't really seen easy access to oil. So let's go check some out. Okay, so the last location that we're looking for, and in my opinion, one of the most important, because oil is such a rare resource or not easily accessible resource on this map, is this little penguin slash oil island. There are a few metal nodes on this island, plenty of oil nodes, and then penguins as well, which you can get the polymer from, organic polymer. This island is definitely out of the way. It's actually kind of off the map on the western side behind the center. So it's not an easy trip to get to, but it is definitely worth taking into consideration when you're finding where you want to live on this map, because you have to think about oil. And if you're not going to use the volcano island and those pools, you might want to consider this one, because although you can find oil underwater in decent quantities, this is, again, easy access to oil. Just distance is the key. So of all locations, I think this is one of the most important ones, in my opinion, to be aware of. Now, one thing you have to understand about the center map is all of the resources are kind of just dotted all over the place. So you can find metal anywhere on this map. Just kind of look up or go into some caves. You can find crystal everywhere. You can find a lot of things all over the place, but one thing you cannot find, beaver dams. Beaver dams are going to give you silica pearls for days, and every single one of these little pools that you see on the map, little blue dots inside the land areas, there's beavers there. So beaver dams are everywhere. So rare flowers, silica pearls, mushrooms, all that stuff is super, super common. But the things that are the least common that I've found, at least being, spread out around the map, is obsidian and oil. So take that into consideration. If you guys know of any locations that I have not covered or that I am not aware of, let me know. Because these are the ones I know, and I know a few more that, I may update you with later on. But definitely let me know. I would really, really appreciate it, and I'd like to share that with everyone else. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you like this video of great farming locations. Let me know if you liked it by liking the video and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, because like I said, I'm going to do a lot of videos like this. I think it'll really help our community out. It'll really help all of us Ark players get the best and the most out of this new map. So thank you all for tuning in. Again, if you like the video, like it. And if you want to see more like it, subscribe to this channel. And we will see you next time. Bye bye.